Alrighty, so this is Scarford Legend. This is like the part 2, I guess, of the initial video of the Lorcana. I'm just gonna go ahead and, go how an actual game would go. So we'll start from the beginning. I'm just gonna assume you don't know too much about what's going on, and you saw the first video introducing how, like, basically most of the cards work. And then I'll go over anything like super duper pertinent, or like I'll explain what's going on as I go. So you're gonna start with your deck, and your opponent's gonna have their deck, and you're gonna shuffle the cards before you play, and then it's customary to you would cut your opponent's deck, and they would cut yours. So my opponent would cut my deck, right, and then I would cut their own. Very pretty customary. Pretty much every card game does something like this. And my opponent, they're gonna go over here, right? And then I'm gonna start my turn here. Okay, and then we both have our little lore thingies here. They're off camera right there, but as the duel goes on, it'll go up and up and up. Alrighty, so let's draw my 7 cards. So at this point, I'm drawing 7 cards, and I'm looking at the costs of the card. And I'm at, you can mulligan some of your cards, or all of them, I suppose, if you don't like your hand. Alright, so that's 5. Try to keep these in frame here. That's 6 and 7. So I'm noticing there's a couple of 4s there. Super goof. But overall, you know what, I'd rather have these cards in my hand. So I definitely have something to play turn 1. I have things that I can ink because, I'm looking at that. Probably this card. And this can be turn 2. So I definitely have some things going on here. If anything, I might get rid of this card, because it's, there's 2 level 4s here. But you know what, I can always ink one. So I'm satisfied with this hand. I would say I'm good with my hand. So let's go ahead and check the opponent and see what they're gonna have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay. Alright, so I do have a 1 here, that's nice, and a 2, another 1, that's good. 4, I probably don't want happy. Grumpy, I do want to make sure I hold on to. I don't really need this crossbow either, so this could be something I can ink on the first turn. Okay, so that's perfectly fine. So again, I'm looking for card cost. I'm looking for, what they do, what kind of stats they have, what I can play the first turn and the following turn, what I can ink, what's going to be good a little bit later down the line, and how to, what am I setting up. So pretty decent cards here. Again, and then I'm for sure probably going to ink that. I almost never use that faint crossbow. But I guess it can be useful, but it's not often. So if I'm going to mulligan a card, I would put it at the bottom of the deck. So that goes at the bottom, and I draw a new card. So that prevents you from drawing the same card. 4 dozen eggs. This is something that can be useful, but not what I really wanted to draw. I probably would have rather have had happy in my hand. Alright, and then since a card was sent to the bottom of the deck, you shuffle the deck. Okay, so we'll do some shuffle. And then again, anytime your opponent shuffles, you give them the option to cut the deck, or you can, just tap it and say it's fine. That's very Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh! You'll see that very often. Okay, so they're gonna stay over here. Okay, and I'm just gonna say I go first, right? Alrighty, so on my first turn, I can ink a card. So I'm gonna just decide what card I want to ink. Maybe Goofy, but Voyage right now, because I don't have any land in my hand. I don't have a location. So this Voyage card is not going to help me right now. And I'd rather I don't have too many characters. I have 1, 2, 3. Well, I mean, I have 5, so I mean, I have enough characters. But this is not immediately going to help me right now, and I have no idea when I'm going to draw again. So I'm going to ink this. So this ink is good to go. And then I can only ink once per turn, and then I'm going to exert the ink to play my only 1 cost in my hand so I can get my item out on the field. So this is a Scepter of Ariandel. So chosen character gains support this turn. Whenever they quest, you may add their attack to another attack. Alrighty, so I'm just gonna keep this like right off screen because it's not gonna be doing much right now or in the next turn either. And then yeah, I have my remaining cards here. So I'm looking at when Goofy can be played or Scrooge McDuck. Okay, so he is good for items. So like if I would have done, what I could have also done is inked, and then I could have waited for the second turn and then played Scepter of Ariandel for free. But it really doesn't matter because I mean the same thing is happening. So what I'm looking next is to probably play Anna, make sure I have a hero. Scrooge McDuck is a hero. Daffy Duck is actually not a hero. He's just nothing. He's just a storyboard. So I'll probably think of putting out Anna, and then the following turn maybe Scrooge McDuck, and then we'll see what happens after. So that's how that turn would go. Alrighty, so for the second player, so it's the only thing you don't do on the first turn is draw, right? I didn't draw, but the second player can certainly draw on their first turn. Okay, so I got another Cruella de Vil. So I really don't want too many of these. So I'm considering inking that one, but I also have a low cost like a, Queen. I probably want to hold on to Queen for right now. I can probably play Owl, and that's probably my best bet right now. I'll hold on to these Faint Crossbow and the 4 dozen eggs because I can potentially play this to beef something up, the Faint Crossbow. You can see that it gives it costs 2 for, like, first of all it costs 3 to come out, right? And then it costs another 2 to get to -2 to someone else's attack, and if there's a dragon character it kills them automatically, and it banishes itself. It's not a fantastic card. I don't really like this card in this deck. So I'm thinking about playing Sneezy next turn because he's level 2. I definitely want Grumpy out, but for now I think I'm satisfied just playing Owl. So I'm gonna ink my extra Cruella de Vil and exert it, and I'm gonna play Owl. So Owl's a very basic card. He does nothing, just 2/2. There's a lot of level 1 cards are like that. So he's wet, right? So he can't do anything, and I played my ink, and then you should be considering what you're going to be doing on your next turn. So that goes there. Alrighty, so now this is the beginning of the turn, so any exerted cards come back ready. I draw. So I drew Medallion Weights. So this is a 2 cost, and then it's an item. So turn 2, for another 2 costs, the chosen character gets +2 attack. Whenever they challenge a character this turn, you may draw a card. So it's a pretty nice card to have out. Okay, so now at this point, you know what? On turn 3, oh no, whenever this character quests, so I should play out a Scrooge McDuck right now. So let me get rid of something. I'll get rid of probably Donald. Yeah, I feel like Donald is the least useful right now. Yeah, Donald's the least useful. So I'll get rid of Donald, and then I'll exert my 2, and I'll play Scrooge McDuck. So the next turn when this character quests, it'll cost me 1 less to play an item. So this one will cost 1 instead of 2. Okay, and then I'll have 3 ink next turn, so I'll be able to play like a 2 cost plus this one. So it's good economy right there. So I play Scrooge McDuck, and I'll just end my turn because Scrooge McDuck is wet. Alrighty, so now this card is ready. This ink is ready to go as well. Alright, and we draw. Okay, Gumbo Pot. This is actually a pretty nice card. Okay, so now this card allows us to be aggressive. So I'm probably going to want to play that. I'll get rid of Faint Crossbow. This card sucks. So I'm going to get rid of that. Exert my 2. And I'm for sure going to play my Gumbo Pot. So that costs me 2. So with the Gumbo Pot, just to show what it does. Okay, Gumbo Pot. Remove 1 damage from up to 2 chosen characters. So since this guy's ready to, he's dry, so he can attack. So what I want to do is, since I have a Gumbo Pot anyway, I might as well attack. And then I'm going to do 2 damage to Scrooge McDuck there. And then Gumbo Pot doesn't have a cost when it turns. It just happens for free. And you can play an item card. You can use an item card the turn it is set. So I'm gonna, this would have done 1 damage to Owl. I'm just gonna heal that right away, so Owl is healed for that 1 damage. So you basically attack for free, which I wanted. So because that's to my advantage. So that would use up all my actions and all my turn for that. So now we're back to this deck. Draw another card. Little rabbit. So he costs 5, and I'm about to have 3 ink. I'm probably gonna put rabbit in the inkwell because he's not very useful to me right now. So I'm just gonna get rid of him. I'm gonna use my 3 ink to play Anna. Okay. You know what? Scrooge McDuck. I'm sorry. Scrooge McDuck wasn't ready. He hadn't quested, so this couldn't have happened. So whoop, let's go backwards. So we'll give Owl 1 quest instead. So they're the green one actually. So they quested for 1 instead. So I reversed that. I made a mistake because he was ready. He couldn't have been attacked. Alrighty. So now he's dry and he can actually do something. So yeah, and then when he quests, right, giving us another 1, so we're at 1/1 so far. Okay, now this makes this medallion weights cost less, so I'm just gonna go ahead and put that over here. Okay, and that really can't do anything right now. Okay, very good. Alrighty, so that's set up there. Scrooge McDuck gave us ink, and then Anna is gonna get boosted. She has 2 lore now that she can potentially do because there's a hero on the field. Okay, so that's how that turn goes. Now we get all these back ready. Everybody's ready. Okay. So we got Philoctetes. Okay, this is a support character. He gives a bunch of support. He's not like super inherently useful, so I'll probably get rid of him. Okay, so we have potentially 3 here, and I do want to start setting up dwarves because that's really the end game here. So I have 3. What I can do is I can plop a queen and a sneezy. That seems like a good idea. Okay, so let's ink Philoctetes. And then we're going to use all of our ink to play the queen, which is a normal 1/1. And Sneezy. Okay, so what Sneezy does is when he gets played... I should really hold on to the cards before I start talking about him. Whenever he's played, he gives -1 to somebody. And he's going to give -1 to Scrooge McDuck because Scrooge McDuck only has 1 attack to begin with, making his attack 0. So when Owl attacks this turn, which he's gonna, it's gonna do 2 damage to Scrooge McDuck, and Owl's not gonna take any damage in return. So there's not even a need to use the Gumbo Pot. Okay, and then these two characters are going to be ready next turn. So that's how that's going to go. All right, next card, Minnie Mouse. For sure, I'm not gonna be using Minnie Mouse. I'd rather have 4. Okay, so get rid of Minnie Mouse. And at this point, what do I want to do? I can use Goofy, and he's gonna give us 2 lore if he attacks because he can rush. Or I can play this character, look at the top 2 cards, put one in my hand, and put the rest at the bottom. Honestly, it's better to have more cards in my hand. Okay, so I'm gonna play Grammatala, even though I do want to be aggressive and get rid of that owl. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna refrain from that. I feel like this is a better choice. Okay, so we're gonna do that. And Grammatala lets us look at the top 2 cards. So 1, 2, and I keep 1 and I get rid of 1. I'm gonna get rid of Flounder, and I'll keep Anna. Anna's nice to have because she gives good lore. Okay, so that goes to the bottom of the deck, and Anna stays in our hand. Okay, so all this ink was used. Okay, now what can we do? This is ready. So he has some damage on him, which is okay. Because what we're going to do is that since Scrooge McDuck's still on the field, Anna can lore or quest for 2. So she's going to give us 2. Now they're up to 3. Okay, so now we're actually starting to come into the camera. But let's see here. Actually, before we do that, before we lore, we're going to use our Scepter of Ariandel to give a character support. The character we're giving support is Anna. So Anna, when she quests, she gives her attack to somebody else. So she's going to do that. And then she's going to give her 1 attack to Scrooge McDuck. So that's how it should have went. Okay, so since he's damaged for 2, I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of their owl so that both die. So owl gets done. He's done. And Scrooge McDuck is also done. Okay, so that leaves the board looking like this. Okay, so that's a successful turn there because I was able to gain 2 lore and put something in my hand. I'm very much okay with that. Okay, next turn, draw. So now I have 2 of these dozen eggs here. I really don't want these in my hand. I need to get rid of at least 1 of them. I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to get rid of this one. And then I'm going to use my 4 to get Grumpy out. Okay, so Grumpy, your other 7 dwarves get +1. Okay, I guess I lied about the things taking 12 minutes. I guess it's like half an hour. So Grumpy's pretty good. He's giving Sneezy a 2/4 right now. But what I want to do is just get some lore in there, because right now he's a 2/4, which is not bad, and she's a 2/2, but it will take like both of them just to kill Anna, and I feel like that's not super worth it. So I'd rather tie it up before I get too far back in my lore. Okay, so let's see here. I have another Scepter of Ariandel. That's for sure going to the ink. I don't need 2 of these. Okay, so that gives us a total of 5. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I got 5 right there. Okay, so what we can do is at this point, I think what I want to do is let's go ahead and beef up Anna. So yeah, okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna use our Scepter of Ariandel and give that attack to Grammatala's attack to Anna. Or do I want to do it the other way? No, it's because Anna has more defense. Yeah, I'd rather give it to Anna right now. Okay, so we're gonna do that. So she gets 4, right? So she's up to a 4/4 right now instead of 1/4. Okay, and then I'm also gonna spend 2 to use my medallion weights. Okay, so this costs me 2 to use. So, and then this character gets +2. So she's at like 6/4 right now. And then if she attacks something, I get to draw a card. Which she's certainly going to do. She's going to get rid of Sneezy. Okay, so she's going to take 1 damage from Sneezy. But Sneezy dies. So bye-bye, Sneezy. Okay, so that gets rid of the advantage Grumpy was giving, and I get to draw a card. Okay, I draw Hey. So this is reliant on a location. He's probably going to go to the Inkwell. I can't really use him right now. I'd rather use Super Goofy. But I also have 2. You know what? I have 2 more. I could probably plop Hey down. You know what? I'd rather have Anna because she's a hero and Hey is not. So that uses my other 2. And I suppose that's all I'm going to do for this turn. This is a pretty successful turn. And you know what? Grandma quested, right? Because she gave her attack away. So I gave 1. So we're at 3/4. Okay. Alright, let's see what we get. Oh, look. Mountain Nui. This is a location that actually does something. Whenever a character is banished here, you may put that card into your Inkwell face down and exerted. I definitely want to play this. I'm debating whether I should get rid of 4 dozen eggs, which could be useful, or Cruella de Vil. Okay, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, which is not bad. Okay, so I can play. Yeah, you know what? I'm not gonna ink anything right now. And what I am gonna do is these guys are ready. I'm gonna go ahead and play my location, and then I'm gonna pay the rest of my 2. So that's 4 to move both of these to this location. Okay. And then basically what I'm gonna do, let me see here if I want to attack or not. I suppose I can, but I don't really think that would benefit me. You know what? I'm gonna attack with both of these, right? And then I'm gonna get rid of Anna, so they each take 1 damage, right? But with the Gumbo Pop, which is free, the damage gets healed anyway, so I can be aggressive like that, and I'll be perfectly fine. I don't get any lore, which is not great, but it is what it is. Alright, everything comes resetting. Boy, this is gonna be a long video. Okay. Alright, let's see what we draw. Dewey, this is not a bad card. And he naturally has support, and he gives 2, so I definitely want him out. Okay, so with 5, I can bust out both of these, which would be nice. Yeah, you know what? Let's swarm. Let's swarm on myself, because that's gonna be hard to deal with. So many bodies. So these are both gonna be out. So I have a pretty full field, and if you remember from my last video, that's not what you want your opponent to do. So this Anna actually doesn't have the 2 because there's no heroes out here, which is unfortunate. So that used all my this, and I can't use medallion weight to, but I can use the Scepter of Ariandel if I really want to, which I kind of do. I kind of want to give Anna this attack and get rid of Grumpy. Yeah, because she'll survive and she'll have 1 HP. And then the next turn I can swing hard with the medallion weights if I want to and draw a card. Yeah, let's do that. So that Grammatala is going to give us 1. So we move up 1. So we're up to what? To 4? No, 5 now. Okay. And then she's going to swing 4/4 and kill Grumpy. So that uses her. And she in return gets 3 damage. So she's pretty damaged there. But it's worth it to not let Grumpy start doing his nonsense. Because it can get out of hand. Alrighty. Now let's draw. Okay, we got Sleepy. Okay, Sleepy. So I have 4, so I'm just gonna play both Cruella de Vil and Sleepy. Sleepy comes out exerted. So we'll do that. And Cruella de Vil just comes out like that. Okay, we'll hold on to our 4 dozen eggs. And okay, the queen. Actually, when Grumpy died, actually he was on the Montanui. So when he dies, he goes to the Inkwell. So he goes to the Inkwell instead because he was on Montanui. Okay, so only the queen is in Montanui right now, and he's not, and Cruella de Vil is not. Okay, what should I do? I can finish off Anna. That's a good idea. Because it's okay if she dies here. I mean, she's been a 1 and she's been, putting in work, so she's fine. So get rid of Anna. And she takes 1 damage, so she's fine. And if she dies there, whatever, I'll get another ink out of it. Yeah, that's a fair play. Okay. Alrighty, let's see what we draw. I wanted to look at this card. Iduna, Caring Mother. When this character is banished, you may put this card in your Inkwell face down exerted. So let's go ahead and... You know what? Super Goof actually gives me more to do right now. Okay, so I'm gonna... 1, 2, 3, 4... And I'm gonna play... Goofy now. Yeah, I'm gonna play Goofy. Yeah. Okay, so with Goofy, what I can do, I can give... I can probably give the Grandma's attack again. Yeah, I'll give the Grandma's attack. So he has 5/4. And Dewey is a support. Right, he's a support, so he's going to give another 2 to Goofy. Yeah. Okay, so he's going to give his 2 to Goofy. So Goofy's at like 7, right? Just cause I want. And then Goofy's gonna demolish Sleepy. Okay, so they get no advantage for playing Sleepy, and he's not on the island or anything. He just dies now. Okay, and then Goofy gets 2 lore. So that's 1, 2. Let's move that there. 1, 2. So that like 7. And he attacked. And then 1, 2, 3 from them. 1, 2, 3. And then another one from Hey Hey. So that's 11. Ooh, this is a bad spot. Okay, so this deck's the green deck's not doing so good. Okay. And you know what? If I would have had taken damage, I would have healed anyway with the gumbo pot. So let me reverse that. Alright, so now everybody's alive again. And let's see what we ink. Another Sleepy. Oh no. Okay, 4 dozen eggs. This will give everybody like 2 resistance. But that's only 2 cards. That's not really worth it. Okay, it's better for me to play Sleepy. Okay, play Sleepy. And then pay another one. So look, okay, I paid for Sleepy. That's 2, right? And then I have another 3. So I'm putting Cruella de Vil and Sleepy here. So all of them with their costs, I have plenty of ink to cover it. Alrighty. So what do I want to do? Super Goofy took 2 damage. Let's see. I should get rid of Super Goofy. Okay, and then with Cruella de Vil, I can get rid of the grandma. She's a problem too because she keeps giving 3 attack to everything. Then that'll leave Sleepy. Oh, well, whatever. Yeah. So we'll get rid of... The Queen gets rid of Goofy. So this one goes away. This one goes in the inkwell. And then this one gets rid of Grandma. She goes in the inkwell. Oh, you know what? I missed like 2 of these lures. Okay, so that one's up to 5 because multiple turns have passed. Every turn they're supposed to get 1. And Sleepy is here too. So if anything attacks, Sleepy is there. So my inkwell over there is pretty full, ready to go. But I don't get too much love there at 11. Yeah, I need to focus on, hopefully Sleepy survives. We'll see what we can do. Go the distance. This is a cool one. Okay, so and Grandma died. Get out of here, Grandma. Yeah. Okay, so all I have is Hey Hey and Dewey. Which Hey Hey can totally destroy Sleepy, but I'm not sure I want him to do that. Maybe. Yeah, I think I want him to do that. So I'm gonna play. Yeah, I'm gonna play 1, 2, 3, which I only have 5. Okay, that means I can't do both. What do I want to do? I'm not sure. Okay. Okay, let's try to think faster. I'll hold on to go the distance because I also have medallion weights I can play if I really want to do something like that. You know what? No. We're gonna go the distance. So here's how this works. Let's go the distance. I'm gonna pay 2, right? But what's gonna happen first is that I'm gonna quest. Yeah, I'm gonna quest with Hey Hey, get my 1, right? Then I'm gonna play the 2 for go the distance. That means character gets ready. Great, he goes back to ready. He can't quest again, which is fine. I don't need him to. And then, oh, you know what? He's not damaged though, so go the distance doesn't work. Darn it. Hold on. How do I do this? Okay, different plan. Okay. I still want to do something cool. What I am gonna do instead. Okay, let's go back 1. I'm going to use 2 for medallion weights, right? Medallion weights. So I'm gonna pay my 2 for that. and then whoever it's going to be on Hey Hey, so he has 5, 2. So I'm going to pay 2 costs. He has 5, and then I'm going to quest with Dewey. It's because I want to play Go the Distance too. Okay, so I'm not going to quest with Dewey. I'm going to attack. So Dewey's going to take 2. Right? And then now I can play Go the Distance. That's another 2. Okay. Now when, so that readies Dewey again. But Dewey can't quest anymore. Okay, that's fine. And then I draw a card. Okay, I drew Moana. That's cool. And now Hey Hey has the weights on him still. So he's going to attack 5. He's going to attack the Montanui. Okay, so the Montanui had 5 health. Hey Hey gets rid of the Montanui. So they're not getting lore from that anymore. But Sleepy survives with 2 damage on him. Yeah, I like that turn. Okay, can I do anything else? I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so. Oh, and I didn't draw a card for the medallion weights either. Okay, and I got Flounder. Which is fine, I guess. Alrighty. That was something. Thank you for waiting for that. Alright, so let's draw. And I have Basil. He's just a normal 3/4. He didn't do anything. So let's... I mean, I can probably play both of these cards. Can I? Do I have that much ink? How much ink do you think is in here? Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Almost. I can almost play both. I can only play one. I want Basil. So I'll pay the 4. And I use my gumbo pot, right? And I'll heal 1 damage. So he has 1 damage now. So let's see here. Do want to quest. Should I quest or attack? No, I don't want to get... I'd rather get the 2 from Sleepy. Yeah. So boop boop. Get 2. And that's it. That's what can you do? Alrighty, now back to this. Okay, draw. So I don't really need this. This guy's not bad. He gives me 2 lore. Moana's evasive. And this one gives me more ink. Ooh, decisions. You're going in the ink, Flounder. I don't need you. You suck. 1, 2, 3, 4. That leaves me 2, which is not bad. Okay, and I want to play this card so I can get more ink. And she has okay stats. She's not great. She has okay stats. Her stats actually similar to Hey Hey, so you can compare them. This one costs 4, this one costs 2. So, not great. But what she does is nice, because she comes to the inkwell when she dies. So... now, I do want to get rid of Sleepy, though. Okay, so I'm going to pay another 2. And I'm going to play Medallion Weights again, because I want to draw another card. Give to Hey Hey, so he's at 5 again. And then use support for Dewey. So that's 2 more. Give his support to Hey Hey. And then let Hey Hey destroy himself and kill Sleepy. And I get to draw a card. Philoctetes. Okay. Very good, very good. And then this one's ready. Okay, now this turn. Oh no, Sleepy died. Bye, Sleepy. Keep that 7 and 13. Okay, draw. The faint crossbow, great. Okay. I think I'm gonna have to play that, honestly. Yeah. Okay, I'll play it. I'll play it. Okay, Basil gives me 2, but yeah, I'm gonna play the faint crossbow. That's gonna cost me 3. 1, 2, 3, and yeah, I have plenty of ink. Okay. Do I want to attack though? To get rid of Dewey? No. I need the lore. 1, 2. Yeah. But having that faint crossbow and the dozen eggs in my hand, I can like -4 to something, and they won't do any damage to me, which is pretty crazy. All right, let's ready all this up. Okay, Webby Vanderquack. Actually, I was looking for something like this. Okay, so Moana's pretty nice, but this one gives me 2, so I want that. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so he's worth it. Okay, so he has evasive on his turn. Okay, and I kind of want to give support to Iduna and like sacrifice her and kill Basil. Yeah, why not? Okay, so support with Dewey. Dewey's been doing a lot of support, which is great because he gives 2 every time he does that. Okay, so 2 there. Give the support to Iduna. Iduna kills Basil, and she goes to the ink because of her special effect. Actually, does it go face down and exerted? Okay, cool. So I can't do any shenanigans or anything like that. But I do have 2, and I can play Philoctetes. Why not? Okay, and then that gets rid of Basil. Bye-bye, Basil. So I'm pretty much locking down this other character there. Oh my god, this is gonna take an hour. I'm so sorry. You could... I won't be offended if you clicked off of the video. This is taking forever. So we have Gaston. I do want to play Gaston. So that's 3. And then... yeah, that's really all I can do. Goodness. Yeah, I can't really do anything else. Okay. So we got all of these beautiful cards here. Let's draw. Ooh, a Dragonfire, oh my god. Just to like get rid of a Gaston. No, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. I can get rid of Gaston in like a billion other ways. No. So I think I actually have enough to win right now. Yeah, that's enough to win. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They win. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So no matter what, this character would have won. So I won with this deck because they reached 20. I do like the tempo of this deck and always having the medallion weights, and basically giving me 2 to draw. Really good, really nice. Being able to like draw on command is so good. This is such a nice card to have. Chosen character gets +2, and whenever they challenge, you may draw a card. So cool. Worth it. So hopefully you learned how the game goes. This deck, I will say again, this deck was specifically designed to counter that one. So I'm not surprised that it beat it. But there are times where this deck gets out of control and you have dwarves everywhere. And it's really hard to deal with. Like, getting the gumbo pot is nice. This faint crossbow sucks. I got 2 of them. I would definitely take that out of the deck. I might update this deck to make it better. I'm sure I can streamline it and like give it a really good. I have yellow cards and other blue cards I can add to this thing to make it get a little more oomph. So yeah, definitely, and get its game plan going and get it really annoying, which is good. Generally, when you're playing card games, if you're annoying your opponent, you're probably winning. You're probably doing something to disrupt their plays and their game plan, and your game plan is working and theirs is not. And they're being annoyed by that, which is good. But don't be a troll either. That's not cool. Just like do your strategy, let them adapt, and if they don't, and you keep winning, I mean, it's up to them to change. It's not up to you. So yeah, I do like playing this game. It's really fun. Hopefully you learned, how a session would go. It did take a while, but I was also playing both, and I was like narrating everything that I was doing as well. So playing against another person, it's probably take like half an hour, maybe less, and then the more oomph you get to your deck and the better cards you get, obviously the faster games are going to go because your win condition is going to happen much more quickly. I do like that this deck has been successful beating that one. I didn't think I would have much of a chance because once I started getting some dwarves out, I was pretty worried. But for sure, if I kept getting dwarves, I would steamroll myself. Like I always try to play the best hand I can, even if I'm playing against myself, because it teaches me, what to do. Like if I can beat myself, I'll like think, okay, why did the other deck win? Like I don't let myself win. Like I try hard on each hand and consider each play and everything like that. So it teaches me, what the strength of the deck is. It teaches me, where there could be weaknesses or what I should have played. Like at the beginning, I should have kept that happy, and gotten rid of that 4 dozen eggs. Like, oh man, having that 4 dozen eggs the whole time sucked. I hated seeing that card in my hand and not being able to do anything with it. If I would have had like 3 characters or something, it would have justified me using the 4 dozen eggs. Or maybe I held on to it too long and I should have used it, which is also valid. That's a valid point. Yeah, because it had I should have used it because it was in my hand, and you got to play your hand. So maybe there was a point where maybe I should have kept happy, or maybe I should have used the 4 dozen eggs or something like that. There's something I'm sure I could have done better, but that's like a retrospective whatever. That's something I do. That's something you may want to do if you play against yourself and you're trying to learn to be better, right? But yeah, overall, the cards did what they did. I kind of had fun explaining this stuff. Hopefully you had fun learning. Hopefully, if you watch all the way to the end, you don't have to do that. Get what you need from the video, and that's it. That's all I care about. All right, that's it.